I got this comment from SW, and first off, that's so sweet. And then I asked, okay, what other kind of content would you want to see? And this was their reply. And I am going to try with this video to give just a little bit more about me, my interests, and things that are not business. But I, fair warning, love business. I think, I'm just gonna get this out of the way. I think I love business so much because I didn't, I'm gonna cry. I didn't know this life was available to me. I loved working a 9 to 5. I loved going into the office every day, doing what I needed to be done, everything. I really enjoyed it when I was at in a corporate job, and my job was really easy, and I just could check off my list every day, and it was just lovely. I really enjoyed that life. I got to drive brand new cars with who I was working for. It was just amazing. And then I was led to start my business. And it was terrifying at first, but it has brought the most freedom into my life that I didn't know was available. And because of that, I just want everybody else to have this freedom when it comes to life, if they feel called to run a business and for it to be done well. And YouTube is also my #1 source of leads. It is how my business gets its clients a lot of the time. You get to see my personality come through, and hopefully there is trust built there. This is who I am in real life. I'm not putting on a show. I'm a super introvert. I'm okay just talking to this camera, and I'm okay talking to you in a Google Meet call, video call, whatever. But in a group of people, it's not always my favorite place to be. So that's a little bit about me. A passion I have that probably comes through my videos that I don't talk about is my love of fashion and beauty, and I love clothes. I always have. I love hats. I always have. I used to be, as a kid, I would wear all these random hats. I don't know if I have any photos of them because there was no digital photos, but all my photos are at my parents' house up in Michigan. And I'm in Virginia, so I can't go over and grab some photos of me in hats, although I would love to do that. But I've always been a hat lover and expressing myself through my clothes. I've just absolutely always loved it. And I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts. I'm a huge podcast listener. I have been for over a decade. And one of my favorite podcasts is called Articles of Interest. And the host deep dives into fashion things. And one of the most recent episodes, I'm filming this in March, April 2026. One of the most recent episodes is on the Archie comic series, talking about the fashion that Veronica and Betty wears is top notch. And I just remember being in grade school and seeing those little booklets of comics at the shelf at the grocery store at checkout, and I would ask for them, and sometimes my mom would say yes. And I didn't know that I loved the fashion. I also got into Vogue. Also, again, it didn't compute to me that it was the fashion that I loved. I don't know. I think for me, it was just the girls expressing themselves in a way that was fun. And I feel like I don't have a big personality. If you get to know me, maybe there's certain things I do, but I don't come across with a big personality and don't express myself in other ways. I'm not necessarily an artist with my hands, so I feel the artist inside of me. So I express myself through my clothing, and I really do enjoy digital design. So the pieces I get to design for my clients and for myself, I really enjoy that. One of the things that helped me with my fashion was back in when blogging became a thing in 2006 or whatever. One of my favorite bloggers to follow back then, I think she still writes, but I don't follow along anymore, was the Man Repeller. Oh, and her outfits were so ridiculous. Oh man, it was so good. And that is how I've always felt. I do not dress. Certainly I do not dress for men. Don't dress for other people, period. I dress for myself, and I dress for how I want to express what it is that I feel like expressing that day. And life is too short for me to wear boring clothes. I want to be comfortable and I want to have just the things that I like to wear. So I have style words with that. My style words right now are whimsical, oversized, and classic. So that means different things to me than it might to somebody else. But when I am rooted in all three of those words at once, I really feel like I'm dressing for myself and how I want to show up in this world. And my sweet husband has been putting up with it for a long time. We got married in 2008. We do not have children, so I don't have to worry about kids getting my clothes dirty. I also don't have expensive clothes. They're almost always second hand. I'm not somebody that's going to invest money in much clothing wise. I'm too hard on them. I'm so hard on my clothes. I wear my clothes. I don't buy things and wear them once and look at them. One, I don't have room for that. We live in a really small home. My closet is really small. I don't have room for things that I'm only going to wear once. And I'm very much against fast fashion. It's not even the consumerism side of it, although that is a part. Fast fashion, the way it dehumanizes the people who are making the clothing, it absolutely breaks my heart. From the labor that goes into it, every piece of clothing has to be sewn. It doesn't come together. There are some machines that do things, but like it's normally people making your clothing. It's people dyeing your clothing. And a lot of times, especially with fast fashion, the clothes are being dyed in such a way that it's actually killing the community's waterways, and it is polluting so many communities in South Asia. And then the people who are working in these production lines that are being worked to the bone, not being paid enough, not giving time off to sleep, let alone, I don't know, to visit their family. It is completely dehumanizing, and there is very little regulation over it. Starting to be some groups who are investigating, and some fashion brands that try not to use the fast fashion and these manufacturers who really exploit their workers. But oftentimes the person in the US who might be designing the pieces and working with a supplier, that supplier is then working with production companies. So the supplier might be completely ethical, but then where they're getting some of their stuff might not be. So to know from like start to finish where everything's coming from in the fashion world, it's hard, and it takes a lot of purpose on the company's part of who's bringing in these clothing to really ensure that they are not taking advantage of people because of the pieces that they're putting out there. But it's terrible. It's so terrible out there. And I've been a brand ambassador with Noonday Collection since 2018. My season with it, I think, is coming to an end, but they are a fair trade fashion company, and they do a lot of jewelry. All my jewelry that I wear, it's almost always Noonday. They've done some fashion pieces, and they actually know the people who make the pieces. I really love the places that are doing custom made bags, custom made apparel, and they actually make it to order, because that is the absolute opposite of fast fashion, right? Like fast fashion is thousands and thousands of SKUs every quarter. I mean, the amount of different pieces that Shein and H&M and Zara and all these places are putting out into the world is wild. And I used to be somebody who loved that. Like when I was in college in the early 2000s, we would go out every weekend and it would be jeans and a cute top, jeans and a cute top, jeans and a cute top. And so I would go to the mall every Thursday, Wednesday, and get myself a new cute top for the weekend. And it would fall apart by the time I was done wearing it. Like they were so cheap. I have taken advantage of this fast fashion, and H&M wasn't even a thing yet. I remember being in New York within a couple months of that flagship H&M store opening up in New York, and the line was like really long. We had to wait in line, and we went in. It was just like blew my mind what I could get at the price I could get it at. I definitely partook in fast fashion, and now I do my absolute best not to. And I'm not perfect at it, but shopping secondhand is the biggest thing. Like this, I had a Newly rental box last spring and this was in it and I just fell in love with it. So I got it and bought it off of the box. So it had already been worn multiple times before me. And then shopping like Poshmark, I shop my local thrift stores all the time, my local secondhand boutiques all the time. Those were some of my favorites. And yeah, so you ask what I'm interested in. Fashion is one of the things. I have others as well, but yeah, that is something about me that I'm very passionate about. I'm so passionate about women's empowerment as a whole. I donate a portion of every sale that I have to South Asian women's empowerment programs, and of like not shopping fast fashion is definitely having a small impact to try to like put my money where my mouth is, but also working with people in South Asia who are actually trying to empower women where they're at to make a better life for themselves. Because a lot of times these fast fashion production lines and things, they exist because people don't have jobs. Like people only work in those places because they don't have other opportunities to do things. I can't tell you how blessed I feel to have this life that I have, to be able to do what I do and to have these opportunities, because these opportunities do not exist for other women across the world. And yeah, so I donate a portion of my sales to women's empowerment programs, helping them to start their own businesses, to have access to proper health care and other opportunities. It is just really neat, and I'm excited to be able to support them. I don't talk about it a lot because it's who I am. Like it's just part of what I do. Like it's not a marketing thing. I just really want to be able to make an impact in the women. I mostly work with women. I don't exclusively work with women. I definitely have some male clients, but most of the people who I work with are women, and I have just such a heart for their flourishment and for them to live gentler lives. Like I really feel like women have a softness to us that we don't always get to express in this world. And so I love doing that for women in the West. My clients are in America and some in Canada. I've had a couple elsewhere, but most of the time we're working with other women in the States. And to be able to also help and support women overseas in South Asia it's just one of my favorite parts, to be able to give beyond just who I talk to and see and everything. All right, that was me rambling on for far long enough. It definitely wasn't arts or countries or things. I do need to get some more traveling in. Every time I travel now, it's just to go to a beautiful beach and sit there for a week and read. That's all I do. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I'd love to create more content like this, telling you more about the things. If you're interested at all, I'd love to hear. But yeah, back to regularly scheduled programming next.